Joining us now is Wisconsin Republican Senator and member of the Senate Homeland Security, Foreign Relations, and Budget Committees, Ron Johnson. Senator, welcome.
Hello, Mike.
How alarmed are you by what we're seeing at the southern border?
Very alarmed. We're just seeing the tip of the iceberg, and this is actually being caused by President Biden's policies. He stopped building the wall. We had about 250 miles left to build. This already under contract. If you cancel those contracts, the American taxpayer will still be out the billions of dollars that they're going to be held responsible for. And we're not securing our border. I listened to Senator Cardin talk about we need a secure border. They're doing everything they possibly can to make sure that we don't have a secure border. So I'm highly alarmed. We're already at levels on a daily basis, over 4,000 people per day crossing the border illegally and being apprehended. You know, that's where we were back in the spring of 2019 at the height of this. Imagine that, about a caravan a day. We do not have the facilities to handle those people. So what's happening right now is they're being apprehended, they're being processed, and they're being dispersed. They may be, some of them may be tested for COVID, but we've got nothing to do. We have no facilities to treat them if they have COVID, so we're just dispersing these people throughout America. This is a national security issue as well. You have transnational criminal organizations, you have the drug cartels, you have human trafficking. This is just the tip of the iceberg of the disaster that's about to befall our border.
What should be done about the unaccompanied minors that we're dealing with at the border?
Well, we should put back in place the successful policies of the Trump administration. The migrant protection program. That was a huge disincentive for families coming into this country illegally. So, you know, President Trump really had, to a great extent, solved this problem. But President Biden, by getting rid of those agreements that we had in place with the Central American countries, the migrant protection program, all those programs now are suspended. They're being rescinded, and that's why you have this surge. And we've got a huge incentive now for people to come to this country, and we're only seeing the beginning of it. This is going to be a disaster.
To the $1.9 trillion funding bill that made it a busy weekend for you all, universally rejected by Republicans. Here's Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on that front.
Sure, it would be nice if the Republicans would join us, but they didn't. I thought it was a little bit hypocritical of Mitch McConnell to say, oh, we did it bipartisan. Yeah, when Trump was president, Democrats in the minority didn't block things. We worked to get something done. Now that we're in the majority, they don't seem to want to work with us.
Senator, how do you respond?
Well, first, we did about $4 trillion of bipartisan COVID relief. About $1 trillion still is not even spent. We had a group of 10 Republican senators who went to the White House offering about a $600 billion package. On top of that $1 trillion that's currently unspent, we did not need to authorize another $1.9 trillion. In total, we're about $28 trillion in debt. We did not need this. We could have worked together, targeted. I heard Senator Cardin talk about we really targeted this relief. We haven't. Again, $1 trillion is unspent from the first $4 trillion. They could have had a bipartisan solution. They didn't want one. They'll talk about bipartisanship, but they act in a completely partisan manner.
As you look at this playbook the Democrats used for this package, what other agenda items are you worried they may try to roll through in the same fashion?
Well, they'll have other opportunities to use reconciliation, which bypasses the 60 vote threshold, which requires some bipartisan cooperation. So they jammed this through this big spending package through one reconciliation package. They can probably do it again with tax relief, but they are, as you saw, constrained. They couldn't load that up with a $15 minimum wage. There's some restraints, but you know, this Democrat Party, this isn't the Democrat Party of your parents or your grandparents. This is a radical group, the most progressive group that we've seen. And they figure they may have one Congress, one term here. They're going to load every progressive piece of legislation. You know, this $1.9 trillion package, this was appropriating in the out years. You know, I had them read the entire bill. It took 11 hours just to read it. It takes a lot longer to study it and comprehend it. 11 hours. I can't tell you how many times I heard the year 2022, 2023, 2025, right. 2028. What's emergency spending about spending occurring, 4 or 5, 6 years into the future?
Senator Ron Johnson, great state of Wisconsin. Thanks for your time, sir.
Have a good day.